Hey everyone, Derek here from WayScript. In this one, we'll be connecting Google Sheet data to our improved charts module and then passing that to a dashboard response. Let's get started. This is what we'll be building in this tutorial. We see that we have a chart with 4 different products. We have dates and how much of those products we manufactured on certain days. This chart also gives us the ability to hover over certain points, so we can see the exact amount for each product on each date. We're just building one chart, but you could add multiple charts onto this endpoint so you could see all the important information that you needed to. Let's get started building this. Once you sign into your WayScript account, we'll create a new script. I'll call this one YouTube Charts Example. If you don't want to create this and just want to clone it to your own WayScript account, the link for that will be in the description. But there's only a few steps that we need to do to create this for ourselves. The first step is, since we want this on its own web page, we need to create an HTTP trigger. We can use this to view the result on a unique URL. To do this, we'll click on Add Trigger, and we'll put in the HTTP trigger. That unique URL will be provided here to the left. The next step is to retrieve the data that we want to use. Since we're using spreadsheet data from Google Sheets, we'll go down to Google Sheets and drag in that module from the left. If you wanted to use Excel data here too, you could just drag that module in, and it's a pretty similar process. The first time that you use Google Sheets on your account, you'll have to authorize it. This just gives us permission to edit your sheets. In this case, we don't need to edit sheets, we just need to read them. So we'll leave the mode on Read File. Next, we'll select the file that we want the data from, and then we'll select the sheet in that workbook to read from. Mine is Sheet 1 from Shift A Results. I'll expand this, that way we can see more of it. We see that we have the 4 series from that chart, so product A, B, C, and D, and then the date column. For this example, I'll ignore the headers, and then we'll go through and import all the columns. We could rename these to whatever we wanted, but by importing them, we get access to them down here in the variables panel. I'll pull this up. So now we can use all of this information in the WayScript platform and other modules throughout our workflow. So let's use that data now. We wanted to build a chart with this, and we have a charts module that you can pull directly into your workflow. Pulling that charts module in and dropping it below that Google Sheets module. We have a couple different chart types, but in this example, let's use a line chart. We'll select line chart from chart type. We'll change our series name to product A produced, and then we'll put in the data for product A in this first series. Our x-axis will be the date for each of these. We can also select it from the drop down below, but I dragged it in from the variables panel. And then we'll select column 1, which was our product A. We know it's working because we get a preview of the chart below. If we wanted to put multiple series on the same chart, we could. Let's click on Add Data Series. Our x-axis will be the date again, and this time column 2 will be our y. We'll do the same thing for the other 2 series. Here's that chart that we saw in the beginning. The last thing that we need to do is to show the legend on this chart. And now we know what each series represents. Let's pass this chart to a dashboard response. We'll click off of this and pull in dashboard response. Dragging it and dropping it here. We'll change the title to products produced, and we'll just drag that chart in into what we want to display. This will give us that dashboard that we saw in the beginning. Now to access that URL, we need to be sure to turn on our HTTP trigger. We can do that by clicking this button here. We'll go and visit this URL, and we see that we have a real-time dashboard with all of our information displayed for us. And that's pretty much it for this one. I know it was a quick tutorial, but I hope it shows you just how fast we can build these dashboards using WayScript. If you have any questions or comments, as always, please let us know. Until next time.